dkdynamite, and today what I have for you guys is a really interesting video. So this is going to be separate from all of my previous Zombies Chronicles 2 updates. This video is going to be debunking something that I've seen floating around over the past couple of weeks, if not even longer. So a lot of people have reached out to me with this specific image of what appears to be a Die Rise remastered starting room, and right when I saw it I'm like, alright, there's no way this is legit. How did this leak out? How could it have leaked out? And after doing more research, I found out it is a custom map. It definitely isn't a legit version of Die Rise Remastered. It was actually made by somebody by the name of Old Man Cats, and as his tweet says, found my old dierise.map from a year ago, thinking I might just upload it for people to use to save them the hassle of making the stairs and stuff. So, you know, I'm not surprised. It may take a lot of effort to make a good Die Rise starting room. So there's that. It's a Black Ops 3 custom map. It looks beautiful. It definitely looks a lot better than the Black Ops 2 version, but it's not the legit Zombies Chronicles 2 version of Die Rise that a lot of people thought that it was. So that's debunked. But then somebody reached out to me, and he's pretty reputable in the community. He goes by the name of Guns of Truth, and we sat down and had about, I want to say, a 3-hour conversation. And this video isn't meant to bash him by any means, but it's meant to spread awareness about the type of trolls that exist in the zombies community, because I've seen this many times in the past as well. He reached out, we had a pretty long conversation about a number of different things, and most of those things we won't go into in this video because they're not relevant to the issue I have. The issue I have is that he goes ahead and says, hey, I know people that work at all of the studios in the Call of Duty franchise, right? And he had apparently been offered positions to work and be a dev at many of these studios, but for some reason he had turned down this position at every single studio. Why? I don't know. Apparently it just wasn't for him, and he's doing work elsewhere. Cool. Apparently he has a friend that's been working on zombies for a number of years over at Treyarch, and he has been shown things that haven't come out yet, and apparently he signed an NDA, but finally he was like, well, I got to see Die Rise, and I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, I got to see the Die Rise remaster, right? And it'll be featured in a Zombies Chronicles 2. So he shares his screen over on Discord, and what image does he show me? He shows me this image, and I'm like, whoa. And this is before I had done research on this image, right? I started receiving it via DM a little while after this, but I look at this image and I'm like, holy shit. And I was freaking out at first. I'm like, dude, how did you get to see this? Isn't this breaking an NDA of some sort? You know, can't you be sued for having this on your computer? And, you know, he's like, well, I signed an NDA. Nobody else can know about this. Don't screenshot it and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, wow. Like, at the time, I'm like, there's no way this guy could be trolling me. There's no way that we would spend 3 hours in a Discord call just to have my time wasted, right? Just so I can be trolled. Like, there's no way. But soon enough, right, a couple days pass by, I start doing more research, and I'm like, I know there are plenty of remasters of Die Rise in the Black Ops 3 Steam Workshop. You're seeing gameplay of one on screen now. So I keep doing research. I'm like, is there a starting room? And I just can't find it on the Steam Workshop. I can't find it anywhere online. But then, you know, I go on Twitter, I search a couple of things in regards to Die Rise, and what pops up? This tweet. And on the tweet is the exact same image he showed me. So I send him the image, and I'm like, you know, what's going on here? Did I get trolled? Did you get trolled by somebody you thought was a legitimate source? What's going on here? And I totally understand, right? If you're a really good map maker, if you're a good level designer, if you're talented with all that, you'll probably get connections with people who do the very same thing no matter where they work. So I was able to at least give him the benefit of the doubt that he probably does know people in the industry based on what his, you know, expertise is, right? And that's what I thought was going on. You know, he got in touch with people, you know, he got offered positions to work there, turned it down, but still kept in touch with people that do the same thing he does, right? Makes maps. But it doesn't look like that's the case. I sent him the tweet, and I'm like, what's going on with this? I put a certain level of trust in the people in the community, and I feel like the community is already at a state where we need to be together more than ever. We need to really stick through and keep the energy hot so that COD 2020 has a stable release, has a positive enough community. It's not going to be perfect, but I want it to be positive enough. So I have a thing where when someone lies, it almost breaks my heart in a way, because I can never see myself wasting somebody's time this way. I can never see myself going through the process of faking something, then sending it to somebody and trying to pass it off as legit, or faking something and making a video about it. I can never have the balls or the heart to go ahead and do something like that. But there are plenty of people in the community, in the zombies community, that definitely can. So when the truth comes out that you fuck goats and you were lying to people, what do you do? Because I'm not trying to put him in a corner where he has to break his NDA and release the real Die Rise image, but what I do expect is for him to stop lying to people just to boost his ego. So he responds and says he couldn't trust the real one going out, and that Oliver, I guess that's the name of the person that made the custom map, gave him his, but Guns of Truth actually has the actual one. He says he felt bad, he wants to show me the actual one, but he's bound to an NDA, and he has to be honest about that. It looks different in a way based on the models, lighting, and FX, but not too different, I guess. So I guess Oliver, again, is the one that made the custom version, based his off Black Ops 2's and some of that, and he feels bad, he doesn't want to get his buddy fired, he's agreed to an NDA, and the thing is, right, he says they have a fascination with blood FX, so honestly, Oliver's rendition looks better, and the thing is, right, okay, if you're bound to an NDA, at least if I was bound to an NDA, right, I wouldn't even take the risk and be like, hey, let me show somebody a fake, the closest to the real one, but still a fake. Let me do that just to boost my ego that I quote-unquote know stuff. I wouldn't even do that because then let's say you get exposed like the way it's happening now, right, where the truth comes out. Then you can't really back yourself up in any way if you're bound to an NDA, right? Unless you break the NDA to show somebody the truth, that's the only way to get out of something like this. So why put yourself in the position where, you know, the only way to back yourself up now is to break your NDA, where there's nothing you could possibly do to prove that you're telling the truth? Why would you ever put yourself in that position? I just don't understand that about people. It has to be some type of ego thing where people just want to flex that they know people or know stuff. Look at me, I'm sitting at, what, 14K subscribers today? I know a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people that have a lot of inside information, but that's not ever going to cause me to go ahead and flex that on YouTube, Twitter, or Reddit. If I was really as shady as some people say that I am sometimes because they're haters, I would have daily Zombies Chronicle 2 videos to milk the cow as much as possible. But if you've been on the channel for a while, you'll see that I only make an update video once every 2 weeks or so if there's new information to talk about. And today's video is not even new information, but it's a debunking video to spread awareness about something that I've seen being passed around over the past couple of weeks. And my goal on the channel is to be a consistent Call of Duty YouTuber that covers all aspects of the game, at least with Treyarch Call of Duty right now. And I'll be doing Warzone for Modern Warfare as well, if that does well. But for Treyarch at least, I'll be doing campaign, multiplayer, Blackout if there's another one, the zombies of course, all of that good stuff, not just zombies, as you guys know on the channel. But this video is not just meant to spread awareness about how fake the Die Rise image is, but also to spread awareness to those out there who may have seen this and thought it was legit, because he admitted to me that he has shown this image to several people out there who asked him about inside information he potentially knows. So he admitted to me that he's spread this around to other people. So if you're watching this video and you've seen this before, either by him or somebody else, just know that it's not true. It's not the real Die Rise remake. I'm here to tell you that today. But another thing on top of that, which I thought was really weird, was before he even showed me the Die Rise image, he also admitted to me that he passed around something fake a couple of years ago, and that immediately threw me off, and that's why I questioned his credibility a little bit. He said that this image, as you can see on screen, of what appears to be Doris in Black Ops 2 was faked by somebody he knows that works with Photoshop. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, well, he was involved in the leaking process of the fact that a DLC 5 was actually planned for Black Ops 2. It would have featured the World at War maps again, but in Black Ops 2. I find that pointless, but I know it's true. There was a DLC 5 planned for Black Ops 2, but it got canceled. And apparently there was an image that was floating around proving that, and it was Doris at the Black Ops 2 menu. The Gaming Revolution even made a video about, because he thought it was legit. The Woo lads passed it around thinking it was legit too. I don't blame them, it looks pretty damn good. But they got fooled as well and were lied to about this image, and Guns of Truth was a part of that team that faked it. So I'm like, wait a second. You're trying to prove your credibility to me and prove to me that you have information and have things, but then you're also showing me an example of when you lied to people. So at first I'm like, wait, is this a test? He wants to see if I'm going to take the Die Rise image somehow, screenshot it, and pass it around as my own leak. Maybe it's a test that he's trying to get me with. He's trying to fool me into like exposing myself for believing a lie. That's what I thought it was at first, and I'm like, But then, you know, this happened towards like the middle of February. 2 weeks pass by. I find the tweet that I showed on screen and I send it to him, and he wasn't like, oh, you passed the test, you found out that, you know, it was fake. He was kind of like, oh shit, I showed you a fake on purpose because I'm afraid to show the real one. So I'm like, all right, I see what this is now. One of those things where if I make a video like I am now, he's going to look at it as like, oh, I'm blackmailing him into having to reveal the real Dairei's image. But the truth is, I don't care. You don't have to show anything. This video is not meant to put you in a corner where you have to reveal the Dairei's image in order to get out of this. It's fine. You know, all is forgiven, but don't do this to anybody else again, please. If you can do it to me, fine. Don't do it to anybody else. After even admitting that you already faked the Darius image, like, that's not looking good for you, man. On top of the fact that there's been recent controversies with your custom maps, right? People have called you out for, you know, not giving credit or not paying people or whatever the hell the issue was with some custom maps with Kowloon. There was a whole Reddit thread about it that got taken down, I think. There was a lot of drama involving your name, and it's like, not that I'm picking sides here, but it's hard to trust somebody who's already losing their credibility day by day because of lying, right? And then on top of that, you got called out for using homophobic slurs at some point, and it's like, all right, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. It's none of my business, but just putting all of these things together, it's like, wow, it just says a lot. It just says a lot, right? Dairei's is the map, at least in Black Ops 4, that has the least amount of assets spread across all of the game modes, right? We do have the lion statue, which is on Dead of the Night, but it's also present on several different Call of Duty multiplayer experiences, so that's just a real common asset that they use. But besides that, what else really is there? Maybe the construction site? That's the closest to Dairei's, if they want to reuse some of that somehow for the Dairei's remake, because when it comes to transit and buried, just about everything is already in Black Ops 4 for those maps to work, and literally all of Buried is laid out perfectly in Ghost Town and Blackout, while with Transit, everything's kind of spread across Blackout and multiplayer, which is cool. And then a lot of assets are also in Alpha Omega for a Transit remake. The Avogadro himself. I always question, like, what is your life like that you have nothing better to do but sit down on Twitter or Discord or wherever it is and just send lies to people? Like, do you find it amusing to be like, hey, I'm gonna pretend I'm a dev or a QA tester, I'm gonna send people fake information? Is that fun to you? Like, is that what your hobby is? Because with me, at least, my life has to do with, you know, my girlfriend, school, recording gameplay, and then editing videos. That's pretty much it. Maybe their hobbies are like, hey, I go to school or go to work and then I come home and I just lie all day and I send people fake shit. I always question the sanity of these people. Like, how could you waste so much time? 'Cause I've been in conversations with people for weeks at a time who were claiming to be legit, and they were attempting to send proof here and there, but then all of a sudden just deleted their account and disappeared. So people out there really take it too far with this crap, right? It's one thing to send one DM or to send a picture to, you know, lie and, you know, go away really quickly, but then it's another thing to sit there continuously for hours, days, or weeks lying and lying and lying. And I'm like, why are people like that? Why is the world like that? You know, is it funny to troll somebody of my channel size into making a video about your information? Is that funny to you? Oh, I got him, haha, he made a video, he thought I was real. Is that really funny? Because anytime I made a video from an unverified source, I make it clear straight away that, hey, this could be fan fiction, but the ideas are great, it's worth talking about it. Same thing in my video yesterday talking about Vietnam zombies, right? It's definitely from an unverified source, but the ideas are so cool that I want to make a video about it. People out there might like those ideas. Maybe Treyarch will see that one day and be like, hey, those are some cool ideas, let's put this in the game. That's my point of making the video. It's not to be like, oh yeah, I have inside information. If I talk about something that I've heard from a verified source or from reputable insiders, I'll also make that clear. I'll be like, hey guys, this is 100% legit, coming from the real deal. And I've said that before with a lot of things that I've leaked accurately over Black Ops 4 season. But I had to make this video to spread awareness about this. This image has been floating around. It's definitely not real, and people out there have probably seen it and thought it was. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Do you guys think Guns of Truth actually has a legitimate picture of the real Dairei's remaster, or is he trying to cover his own ass? This video is not meant to put him in a corner to where he has to release the real thing to break his NDA, not by any means. So don't go ahead and DM him or spam him saying that he's a liar. Don't do that. But it's meant to raise awareness that that's what's been going on in the community for the past couple weeks now. Leave all your thoughts down below. This has been DK Dynamite, and peace out, everyone.